Hi, how are you? I hope all are happy and fine. Stay safe. We all know just because of this corona effect, you know, many would have learned about corona long before itself, not about the virus, but the corona effect which happens in the flow of current in electric department, you know. So just because of this corona effect, many things are happening many new happenings are all around, so it will take some time to be adjust with all these things. So that is the main reason why I am also getting delayed to start our new series, which I had promised to start as soon as possible. But I am not telling, unfortunately, because everything is time bound, that time has to decide what is the right time. The circumstantial energy has also to support to start something new or to swim against the flow. So this is what we are going to do in my new series, like which I am going to start in YouTube. So many things which science had taught us. Science had taught many false assumptions to humankind, which in turn became a big business deal. Yeah, it is happening in that way only. If you are thinking, if you are using your brain, you can understand. Science had taught many false assumptions, so they are not ready to change it also. Like modern science, modern physics, quantum theory, so many things have proved that it is wrong. Still, they are not ready to change. I don't know why, but that thing I want to share with you all, because if you are thinking, if these things are taught in the smaller classes itself, just think of the world how it will be, because the kids, when they grow up, at that time itself they are knowing all these things. It will be very great. The society will be having a big change in their behavioral manners. Many things can happen: compassionate, happiness, joy, blissfulness, all these things can happen. So many positive things can happen in this regard. So let me share you that main part where science had gone wrong, and it's been teaching again and again in the same way. I don't know why it is like that. In our smaller classes, we know, we have learned in science about living beings and non-living beings. Every school, every kids are learning this about living beings and non-living beings. So maybe most probably from first standard to fifth or fourth standard, in between, in every exams they will be having questions like name five living beings and five non-living beings, or some questions related to what are the factors uh, which shows this thing is a living being and that thing is a non-living being. So such questions we have heard, we have learned, and we have answered in the exams also, we have got marks also. So we think that is right, but that assumption itself is a false thing, because later on, going to higher classes, 6th standard to 10th standard, we learned that every beings, everything's are made up of same atoms, which is again divided into protons, neutrons, electrons, all those things we have learned. And each protons and neutrons are revolving around its mother nucleus in a specific speed. So that we have learned. So this revolving has to have some amount of energy inside, then only it will revolve. And also, every bit, every molecule, every small piece of anything, if you take, all are tightly packed with atoms, protons, neutrons, and electrons. And each electrons and protons, all those things are revolving to its mother nucleus without a change. It is so tightly packed, still it knows whom to revolve. So each protons and neutrons are knowing its mother nucleus to whom which it should revolve. So that makes sense. That gives them knowledge. So we can understand easily that it has energy to revolve. It is alive. something which is moving is obviously living being. Then it has knowledge, it has sense to identify its own mother nucleus. That itself shows that it is really alive and it knows. That proves that every being, everything, even a dust particle, is also alive. It is moving and it has knowledge. It is conscious. So, this itself proves that there is no non living thing. So, the same science which teaches about non living things and living things in the smaller classes, the same science teaches in higher classes about atoms, protons, neutrons, and shows that everything are living beings. Everything have their own consciousness. Everything is moving and have their own energy. So this shows that every beings around us are alive. So just suppose if while we were kids, what we used to do, we every kids have a tendency to, like, while playing, while doing something, we always destroy, tear things apart, tear pages apart. We don't show that much respect to all these things which does not respond to us. That we have learned it is non-living thing. So once we are knowing that these things are living things, just suppose if we are giving that respect to all these things around us, for our mobile, laptop, glasses, pen, shirt, what all things are living beings. So suppose if we are giving that respect just like a living being to all these things, see what the change will happen all around, how wonderful this world will be. Many things can happen, many things, many bigger, like it can happen like a dream come true, isn't it? Just think of it. Because if we are knowing that all these things are living beings, we will have another way of behavior, another style of behavior. Just we know that these things are non-living things, we just shatter it, we just destroy it, we just burn it, we just tear it off unknowingly. So we are not giving that proper care and respect just because of this knowledge that they are non-living beings. So there is no such thing called as non-living beings. So this later on science itself is proving that every being has its own consciousness, every being has its own energy. So life exists in it. So that is what we want to know. In my opinion, this is what we have to teach from the smaller classes itself. So I think the kids, when they are growing up, they will have a particular level of compassion, they will have a respect towards all the beings. They will know that there is no such thing called as non-living being. You should not throw things like that. You should not tear off the pages from the books. You should not waste your materials like that. All these things they will be knowing from the childhood itself. Just see how beautiful the world around will be. So this is what the science had given the false assumption and taught. And again and again science is teaching the same thing. So this is the main change which has to happen from now onwards. That awareness will give many positivity for the whole world, that every kids will be having respect towards all beings around, compassion, love. They will take care of everything. Just knowing that each and everything they use, the gadgets, the watch, what all things they use, all these things are living and they are really complementing each other. So once we are giving that respect and love towards the things which we use, the shirt, the mobile, the laptop, the computer, whatever, the TV, the fan, the fridge, the bed, all these things which we are using, if we are taking care of it, it is replying its complement, it's complementary towards the owner also. that we have the proof. Like, we used to say single owned bike or vehicle or car, that shows that the car or that vehicle is more good in condition that no other people have ridden on that. Like, for long time they will give their association towards us, they will be connected towards us. It is a proof, it is an experiential proof. You have to experience it. It can only be experienced when you are practicing. It becomes an experience how the things around us are complementing to us. It is an experience. You should practice, then only you will get to know. We can't have a theoretical study of these things. It is purely practical, and it is called as life. So many of you would have experienced maybe smaller parts of these things, but try it from today. You will also have a drastic change in your life. All the surroundings will be complementing you to go forward and to be successful. So this is the main thing which we will learn in detail in the series which I am going to start. So be with me, give your thumbs up, give your likes, and do subscribe my channel if you haven't subscribed. And we'll go forward in life and we'll learn and teach many things. So see you in my next video. Enjoy.